everybody, Mark Gladue here at the Off Broadway Drafthouse, kind of at the crossroads of Madison and Monona. I'm sitting down today with Joe and Rita Klinzing, the owner/proprietor of the Off Broadway Drafthouse. So step inside, let's take a look at this great brand new space. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the space itself and how it started and where it is now and the evolution, I guess, of
Sure.
Off Broadway.
Well, the Off Broadway Drafthouse originally, years ago back in the 20s, was the Airway Tavern, and from that it evolved into a number of different restaurants. Jazz Club had it for a while. They had a really cool concept, did jazz, and then they would get up and sing and play, and then go back to cooking and get up and sing and play. They had a kind of unique thing going. After that, it went through a couple more transformations. Went to the Southtown Lounge, I believe. Yeah. Then from there, we purchased it in 1999. Created the South Bay Lounge and Grill. Leased it out in 2006 and took it back about a year and a half ago and started a large reconstruction project, repurposing a lot of the products here, and reopened as the Off Broadway Drafthouse in this it'll be last year in March.
So I noticed that you guys have a lot of what people are calling craft beers, and craft beers have been kind of a staple in the area now for 2 or 3 years. Is there any specific reason that you chose to be more of a draft house than a bar and grill, or how did that come about?
Yeah. Why don't you talk a little bit about the craft beer?
As we kept thinking about it, when it was South Bay Lounge and Grill, it was more of a beer and a shot bar. Burgers. We wanted to be more than that. As we've aged, we've learned that we liked something a little more comfortable, casual, and we wanted to gear towards customers our age that like the good craft beer, and craft beer is so popular right now, and it's amazing the beer that they produce, but we just wanted something more warm and inviting, and the craft beer went along with that, and that's kind of why we chose the menu we did, and our chef as well.
Yeah, the transformation of the beer has been interesting because Rita, for example, is a Miller 64 drinker, Coors Light. Now she's drinking, any one of our 24 rotating beers that we have all the time, and we're seeing that. I mean, we started with Miller Lite and Bud Light on our tap system, taking 2 of our 24 taps. They're off because we are using rotating in so many flavors. And our front of the house manager, Chad, just does a wonderful job of rotating craft beers for us. So.
Awesome. And you guys are doing craft beer dinners now too, so it's unique in that instead of wine pairings or wine tastings, you're actually doing beer pairings, beer tastings.
Usually a 4-course or a 5-course meal, and they're really fun.
Yeah, they're quite popular, and it's something to do. A lot of people do it as well, but we try to jazz ours up a little bit. We get really dressed up, black tablecloth, and the chef comes out and speaks between every course along with the beer distributors or the brewmaster who usually request to be here. So they're a good time.
Oh, so that's cool. So you're actually experiencing the brewmasters coming in and talking about everything along with the chefs.
Yeah.
Great. So to shift gears a little bit, let's talk about, I know you guys have both been in Monona for a long time, correct?
Yeah, I've been a Monona resident. I graduated in 1981 from Monona Grove High School. My first job actually was with Taco John's on Monona Drive, which I owned with my wife for 28 years. Sold that about 8-9 years ago. We had purchased this property in '99 and kind of moved into the restaurant bar business at that point. So left Monona for a while, but our roots drew us back. We're back with this project and loving it.
Now, if I'm correct, you met the current executive chef here at Taco John's, is that correct?
I hired Chef David Dorst when he was 14. I was his first employer at Taco John's. And after he graduated from high school, Dave, he graduated from O'Fallon. He was just off the Drive. He went away to culinary school, and I bumped into him at a music store that used to be across the road from Taco John's. And he asked if he could come back to work at Taco John's. I said, sure. I said, what have you been doing? He said, well, I was away at culinary school. I'm like, well, you got a bar. I mean, you think about starting some food and stuff. So that's kind of how that all started. So he was here from about 2000 to 2006. Yep. And then we leased it to another party for that while. And Dave went on his merry way to Marigold.
He went to Marigold.
Yep.
He was was at Crema for a little
Then
bit?
he was at Crema probably for 4 or 5 years.
Last 4 or 5
Yeah.
years, yeah.
Okay.
And his talents have just grown. He moved into the breakfast market too, so that's something we do on the weekends now.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited to have that.
So what's the biggest thing you've seen change in Monona? Let's say, you've been here forever. What's the one thing that you've seen change that's been great for Monona? And have you seen anything that's been different about Monona that you'd like to see change?
Yeah, well, Monona has, just the additional corridors they've added, especially down along Broadway. That used to be the original Beltline. So that has been through a lot of changes with developments along that whole strip. Actually moving this way from where Tresta is, even going the other way towards Menards. A lot of development down in that area, and we may have more coming this way too. Where the current Monona State Bank sits right now. So we're pretty excited about a development down there along where Breakwater has moved in that whole corridor.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
okay.
We're all for more businesses,
Yeah, definitely.
more commerce in the area, more housing, more retail space. So it just all drives our business as well. So
Yeah. Outside of Off Broadway Drafthouse, do you have a favorite spot in Monona that you like to go to when you're not here?
yeah, I like Schnick's on Monona Drive. One of the original dive bars. Still got a lot of the favorite Monona people there, that's kind of my hangout if I'm not here. And of course, it's close to where I live. We moved back to Monona. About a half a year ago, we moved back into Monona, so up in high school. So that's convenient for me. So that's one of my little hangouts.
It's a fun little bar.
Do you have a place other than Snick's that you like to go to, or are you?
Honestly, I'd probably go there, Snicks, or I don't know. I go.
I don't know. We
Go to
always.
fire station sometimes.
Yeah, we always like to support the local places. So,
Yeah.
Go to the Tower Inn, definitely go down to Tresta. Like to go to Mr. Brews, Breakwater, even down to Billy's got a cool little place down there.
Bridge Lounge.
Bridge Lounge,
Oh,
just down the
yeah.
street.
I've never been in. No.
Yeah, and even, we occasionally swing over to Antlers too,
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're strong believers in getting out to people that support us and go out and support other local places as well. So,
Yeah.
so.
Well, to kind of sum up today, is there one thing about Off Broadway that you don't think people know about, or that you think is special about this place that you'd like to tell people?
There's so much that's special. I mean, if you haven't been here, there's a lot of history here. First of all, the building's been here since the 1920s. The airport used to be across the road. We wanted to focus on that history part. So when you walk in, you'll see murals on the wall that are really cool. There's the airport, there's Lake Monona, there's the ice boats. And then the other thing you'll notice when you walk in is there's a lot of wood and brick. There's a lot of things we refurbished. So we worked on it together. It took us a long time. We took wood from the roof. We took wood from the wall, or from the floor, the old wood floor. We also found old wood floor underneath the bathroom floors. So we tried to reuse everything. We wanted it to be warm and inviting. So I think people are surprised when they walk in. So it's a very warm and inviting place.
And one of the really unique things is we're right on the edge of Monona and Madison. So right off the Beltline, which is convenient. So we get a lot of traffic from Madison, we get a lot of traffic from Monona. The bike path is 1 block away. That's the lake loop, so a lot of bike traffic. We're developing that. We've got a nice set of bike racks outside with an air station, and a lot of bikers in the summer, bikers in the winter too. I shovel the bike racks all winter. We've had a lot of traffic in the winter on bicycles as well. So many people have Madison bike all winter long as transportation. So our location is cool, and you got to kind of look for us. We're off the beaten path, which is kind of neat. We're set in a neighborhood setting here, which is really fun. So, and the neighborhood really embraced us. And
Yeah, that's great.
we were trying to create a place here that we would be proud of, but the neighborhood would be proud to say, hey, you got to come over to our neighborhood, join over. We've got a great place. It's got great beer, great food, great service, and we've been able to hit on all those so far. And it's because we got an outstanding staff. So, and kudos to those guys, right? So, so that's some of the really neat things about this location. We're going to build on the history more and more. We've got murals on the walls. We've got a lot more stuff that's going to go up on the walls talking about what's going on in this area, you know, from the building at Camp Randall to Otis Redding crashing his plant just in the pond over here to, you know, what's going on at the airport, Lindbergh landing over there in 1927 after his transatlantic flight. So we're going to really embrace the history of this area because it's unique, and we want it to be kind of a destination point where friends come in and town, so you can come over and check this place out. It's got good food, got great beer, so it's got great history.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Joe, Rita, thanks so much
Thank you.
for your time today, and we'll see you again.
Yes.
There you have it. I'd like to thank Joe and Rita Klinzing so much for having me out today at the Off Broadway Drafthouse. Make sure you stop by, try one of their 24 craft beers on tap, or some of the really, really great food that David Dorst has done. We appreciate your time, and as always, glad you stopped by.